Hi everyone, Cheryl Piper, CherylPiper.com. Welcome to Live with CherylPiper.com. And I apologize. I see we have some comments here that we're running a little late today. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I wanted to go ahead and start the broadcast to let you know that yes, we are here. And I see I have a comment from Joyce. Hey, Joyce, have you started? Don't have any audio or video. Yes, here we are. So hopefully you do now. Please comment in the comment box. I'm just working on trying to get Jennifer on here. We're having a couple challenges, so I'm flipping back and forth between Facebook chatting with her and trying to get this solved. We're trying to bring her on a different way. So. Great. Joyce says she has it now. That's wonderful. So, hi, Lisa. Thanks for coming. I'm here. It looks like Jen is in the green room, so she will be coming on shortly. I see her there. And Jen, I think you can see me. And what you're going to see is I'm going to go ahead and bring you on and then do the introduction when you're on here. So I'm going to bring you up to the broadcast and you'll see a countdown and then you will be on live. So here we go.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Well, it is exciting. And thank you so much for everybody being patient with us today.
Yeah.
So I just want to go ahead and introduce Jennifer. I'm going to just make myself a little smaller here and make her a little larger. Because it looks like we had success bringing you on with your iPhone, correct? Good.
Yeah. Patient with me. I'm just holding it.
That's okay. We're excited to have you here. And so, today my guest is Jennifer Egupov. And
Good job.
I got it. And she is the founder and owner of the Stillness Studio, which is in Hagerstown, Maryland. So very excited to have her here. And she's, going to be revealing some, kind of natural healing of the body and how we can be successful in that reduction of stress. So, again, I'm Cheryl Piper, and Jen, I'm just going to give a little bit of a history on you, and then I'm going to let you take it over as far as telling us about you, and then we'll kind of get started in talking about the studio. So Jen is a Reiki master and teacher. She's a holistic healing enthusiast. And, as far as her background goes, she also is an aroma touch therapist, a meditation and mindfulness leader, and she practices Ayurvedic modalities and techniques. And I know we'll get into that because I'm sure that might be a word that some people have not heard of before, or maybe have heard of it and said, I've always wanted to know what that is. So we'll chat about that a bit. So welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. So could you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and your education experience?
Sure. I kind of started in high school. I wanted to be a nurse. So I went to nursing school for a couple of years, and I've worked in hospitals and nursing homes on and off. And while I liked being there with healing people, that really wasn't the environment that I wanted to be in. So I went through life, had kids, got married, which I love. And then Reiki just kind of kept coming up in conversation for me. So I decided to take some Reiki classes. I did my level 1 and then waited, I think, about 6 months in between and did the level 2, waited again, and then got my master's. And I'm a work in progress.
So we all are.
Like all are, but I'm enjoying giving classes. I have my Aroma Touch certificate, and with the meditation and the mindfulness, I've just opened myself up to a lot of wonderful people, and I've had the opportunity to go to a lot of classes and workshops and seminars. So I'm learning about all those things on the way and growing with the process.
And so really quick, just back up a little bit. You were talking about how you went through the different levels of Reiki,
Yes.
as far as one, two, and then becoming a master. And that might be a new word for some people as well, or maybe they don't quite understand exactly what that is. They've heard it, but they don't really know. So just really briefly, if you could just maybe explain that in a sentence or two, that'd be great.
The word Reiki. So
Yes.
Reiki is, you say it Reiki. A lot of people have trouble pronouncing it, and that's okay. It's the universal life energy, and it's in the belief that we are all made up of energy. And what practitioners and masters do is they are attuned to that energy, and we are just channels with the belief that everybody has their own healing potential. And we are just channels to bring relaxation and comfort, and hopefully we can relieve people of pain, physical pain, or just give them a break from it. Because I know a lot of people are in physical and emotional pain right now. And so that's what people do as a Reiki practitioner, is they are a channel for that positive healing energy.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Thank you so much. And it sounds like, you have a lot going on there at the Stillness Studio. I
I
know that this is
do.
new. And you know what? First of all, let's back up a little bit. I
Okay.
need to tell you how I met Jennifer.
Yes, and please mention the wonderful person's name that connected us.
Well, I saw a post that on my friend Joyce Rayner, who's also, she is a Reiki master, and she does reflexology. She's a good friend of mine, and actually she's on, and I see she's out there making some comments. But I saw a post that Jennifer did, and I was like, well, who is this? I think I need to meet her.
And
And
I'm
so
glad that you did.
And so I just kind of messaged her privately and said, hey, I saw you on Joyce's post. What are you doing? What is the Stillness Studio? I'd love to pop by and chat with you. And she said, sure, come on over. So really that week I just popped over, and her and I sat there and talked for what, like an hour. We just
We did.
immediately connected, and I was like, I am so glad that I reached out. And the reason I wanted to share this story with you guys out there, whether you're watching live or you're catching the rebroadcast, is that when you see things like that and they come up, and that energy hits you, that hey, I'm supposed to meet this person, or I'm supposed to do something here, go with that. And the that energy source always leads you in the right place. I always say God leads you right where you need to be. And I've been connecting with so many wonderful people lately, Jennifer being one of them. And I said to her, hey, come on my show, let's talk about your new studio. And she's like, okay.
I don't know if those were the words exactly. But no, I'm excited to be here. This is new for me, doing a Facebook Live, so I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so excited that you agreed to come on, and you have so much going on there. I just saw a post that you did a few days ago with everything you have going on in March. I don't, maybe we can talk about that a little bit farther down before we, finish up
That'd
the.
be amazing.
Yeah, you have a lot of different people coming in, and you and I've even chatted about me coming over and doing a few things, which I would love to do. But so tell us about, I know the business is new, so like maybe maybe a tip that you wish someone would have shared with you about kind of getting into business, and what that was going to be like starting out, and is it what you thought it was going to be, or because you're really kind of exploding over there with what you're doing.
I am, and I'm grateful for it. And I mean, it goes back and touches on the point that you made before, that when you open yourself up to the right energy, the right people come along. And when you really listen, the universe helps guide you where you're supposed to go. And so I don't know if it's luck, but I do know that I am surrounded by amazing women and people that I couldn't do any of this without them. And so bringing their energy into this space and their healing into this space is truly an honor for me, because I would not be able to do this without them. I think, to answer your question, I probably have to say that having your own business is a learning experience. Because not everybody that comes along is fabulous, right? There's people that will challenge you. There's people that will judge you. And that in itself is a gift, because that is a learning experience as well, right? So
Absolutely.
I think just finding that balance and kind of allowing those things to come along, because it's not all running through a field of daisies. As much,
Oh,
no, it's not as much as I wish it was. And there's little things, the little challenges. Um, but overall, it's a great experience. And I believe that if you surround yourself with the right people, and if you're looking to start a business, make sure you have a good support system around you, because it makes all the difference in the world. So I wish somebody maybe would have prepared me for that a little bit. I'm lucky that I have it, but the challenges of when those negative energies come in.
exactly, exactly. And you know what? I'm going to have I want to interrupt just for 1 second. I'm going to have you move slightly to your, no, to the, whatever, there, perfect. A little bit more, no, back to where you were, a little bit. You have that glow coming in the window behind you. There you go. You were glowing like an angel. That's wonderful. But I think it might be a little bit easier on the viewers there. But that was so wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And I also wanted to ask you, what kind of tips that you have on reducing stress, like that everyday reducing stress for people, because that's just such a big thing right now. Everybody you talk to just seems on edge. And like, I started doing a Sunday night meditation for people just to help them get into the work week, So what is it that you recommend?
First of all, I think that human connection right now is a huge factor. I think a lot of us, for our own personal reasons, are resisting human connection. And
Mm,
I really think that if we can make ourselves a little bit more vulnerable to the people that come into our lives, that we will find that we're not all that different after all, and to use each of those experiences as a learning experience. Um, but when you get into those sticky situations where they happen every day, when you're in a struggling situation that's testing you, or if you meet somebody that, their energy just doesn't really agree with you, I recommend to take a physical step back. Just take one step back. And it kind of breaks that energy, whether it's negative, whether it's challenging, whether it's, frustrating, whatever it is. Just take that physical one step back and take a nice deep breath and then start again. I mean, you can even do this when you're in a conversation with somebody. Just take one step back from the situation, take a nice deep breath, and then try to connect again. But I think it's important right now to be connecting with one another.
oh, I agree. I agree.
Did that answer the question?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's a very good place to lead people into being. And I really, I want to remind everyone too, that if you're commenting and I'm not seeing it, or you're not seeing me put it up on the screen, if you're not watching this in the original Facebook feed, which is under Cheryl Piper's business page, that's at Cheryl Piper Sends Love under my Facebook address, then I can't see your comments. So I just want to put that out to people too. So if you're doing that and you're making comments and you're thinking, oh, I don't see my name up on, I really want to put you up and say, hey, thanks for coming by and thanks for commenting, but I can't see it unless you're over watching it on my feed. So scoot over there if you're somewhere different. That would be great.
And I can't see it either. And as my friends know, if they're watching, I am challenged when it comes to any type of technology. So that would just be too much multitasking for me.
Well, woohoo on getting this done today then, because we had a few technical
Yeah.
challenges, but you know what? It just all smoothly happened and we got there, which is fantastic. As far as a secret that you think that it would really help people when it comes to enhancing inner peace, well, what little nugget could you share with us there?
I think I would say that everything that you have or everything that you need is within you and it is around you. So connect with the earth. Find things that you enjoy. If you find somebody that a practitioner or a friend that you connect with, there's a reason why. And they're here as a channel to help you heal or to help you move to your highest good. So I recommend focusing on those things. You know, go to the earth that's here to support us. Take your shoes off, walk in the cold grass, you know, feel that underneath your feet and allow it to fill you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes that's all you need is just that connection.
Absolutely. I agree with that. I try to do that as much as I can, especially what you said with the connection of just taking your shoes off and walking in the grass and connecting with that, the energy of the earth, just connecting with that physical earth. And it's so important. I mean, I spend a lot of time on my computer, and it's really important, I know, to, make that, connection with nature.
And I guys too. I mean, I see a lot of people who come in, mostly women, because as women we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, right?
Mhm.
And not only, you know, finding an emotional release for that, but as women we tend to walk around guarding ourselves, so we tend to walk around with our shoulders kind of hunched, or we're looking at a computer or our phone. And I recommend just taking some nice big stretches and really opening up that chest and your neck, so that you know you're feeling that renewed energy, and you're not, I mean, I find myself doing it all the time where I'm like, you know, hunched over.
Well, we catch ourselves. We catch ourselves, yes. And
Yeah.
that's it.
And
Because
of
you can't
course,
do it,
we
but
don't
catch
all want to
yourself.
be, you know, walking around like the hunchback of Notre Dame one day, right? So I think that really taking that time to really open yourself up and give yourself a few good stretches. You don't have to be, you know, a yoga master or anything like that, but sometimes just a nice couple stretches
Mm-hmm.
are healing.
I agree. I agree. Oh, that's a good idea for something to, I don't know, just my business mind is always going, my creative mind. It'd be great to have some type of a device that just would have us think about posture. Because I have to tell you, I was in a meeting yesterday, and it was a presentation, and one person, we were chatting, and he was talking about posture and how he works to help people with that. And as soon as you hear that word, you just straighten up.
Right.
As soon as you hear the word, you
I'm
just,
doing it right now.
because I said it, because we're talking about it.
Right.
And I know. And it's like, even if you think you have good posture, as soon as you hear that word, instantly it just gets a little bit better, you
Yeah.
know?
It does. My grandmother would always say, "Sit up straight and don't cross your legs, ladies. It gives you varicose veins." That was another one. Don't cross your legs. Sit straight.
No, that's absolutely good advice. So tell us, Jen, what are you doing next? I mean, I mentioned a little earlier all that stuff I saw on that post that you did for what's coming up in March. You have a lot going on there at the Stillness Studio in March.
I do, and I am grateful for it. And again, it touches back on that point of just the right people coming into my life. This weekend, I have Stacy Fields coming in, and she is doing a gallery mediumship reading. And then on Sunday, I think that she might have one or two spaces available, but she's doing private readings on Sunday. I'll be having Heather Stang from the Frederick Meditation Center coming in on Wednesdays in March. And she will be doing a 4-week meditation series on beginning meditation, because a lot of people are, I don't know what to do.
Yes.
Heather is amazing, and so she'll be doing that. We have Joyce coming in, the always fabulous Joyce Renner, who I have to say is a huge, huge support. And I'm so grateful to have her and all these ladies in my life. But she'll be coming in and doing some more healing circles. I'll have Tammy Young, who is an essential oil guru and a fantastic friend. And I just love her, and Mr. Max, if you're watching. So I'll be having them come in, and Tammy she'll be doing Essential Oil 101 classes and some make and takes. I'll be having my friend Jordan come in, and she'll be doing some classes with the younger children because they need healing too, right?
Absolutely.
So, yes. So they'll be coming in. I don't know if I covered everything, did I? I'll be having Jan Hummer from Open Minds come in, and she's going to be doing some mindfulness classes. Super excited to be working with her. She's amazing as well. And of course, we'll be scheduling private sessions with people if that's what they need for their healing. And I think that everybody heals in a different way. And so if I can use this space and somebody can connect with something, then that's amazing.
Well, I did put your website up across the screen as you were talking about that.
Oh, so that's what I saw pop up there. Okay.
Yeah, so people know where to go if they want more information on all the great things you just mentioned, because wow, what a lot of different modalities going on in the same place to really help. I love your name because that's what it's about, the Stillness Studio, to really help us find that inner space, to be able to connect with ourselves.
And I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's okay.
I get so excited. We're having a sound bath. We had one 2 weeks ago. And that was amazing with Julia Hancock. And she brought her crystal singing bowls, and she'll be doing that again. I believe, I can't remember all the dates off the top of my head, but I believe that's March 25th that she'll be coming back and sharing her amazing talents with us again. That was that was an amazing experience. I wasn't quite sure if I would love it because I'm sensitive to sound, but it was a beautiful experience. So we thank her for coming, and we look forward to her coming again.
Well, thank you for that, and I want to just add on to that. If there's anyone out there who's listening who has not experienced any type of crystal bowl healing or just crystal bowl sounds, I mean, it resonates with every part of you. I can't stress that enough. I mean, I have my crystal bowl that I have in my space here is it's a heart.
I'm looking for it.
Yes, the heart. It's for the heart chakra area, the heart energy zones area. And anybody who comes here, and I play it, they're just like, oh my goodness. And then they want to play it, and so I show them how to do it. And because it really, as soon as you hear that sound, it just resonates with you. And each one, like, I'm sure she has all the different size bowls, and they all resonate differently.
Just the bowls in themselves are beautiful.
And the sound, sound is just so powerful. And so that's why I'm putting a plug in for you there too, because if there's anyone out there who hasn't experienced this, I would definitely recommend trying this just so that you can say you've experienced it.
Yes, it's incredibly healing. Wonderful experience. And Julia is amazing. So we are so happy to have her too. I'm so lucky to have all these amazing women around me. And let's give a shout out to the amazing Sarah Martucci.
Yes.
She will be coming. Okay, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed that life doesn't get in the way, but we're hoping to have her come in October. So not only will her presence fill me up personally, I hope that other people will come and experience her amazingness.
Absolutely. And just a shout out for Sarah. Also, I'm having her on the show. She's going to be a guest on my show in April.
What?
Yeah, she's going to be my guest.
That's amazing.
Yeah, at the beginning of April. I want to say off the top of my head, it's April the 2nd, because I normally do my guest shows on Wednesdays, but that didn't work for Sarah. So I'm actually switching it up that week, and we're going to have her on Monday. And then I'll do, my talk on Wednesday. And so I want to say it's April the 2nd. So guys, plug that into your calendars, because yes.
Oh, she is so healing. Listen, people, I would not be sitting where I am today if it was not for Sarah Martucci. So I love her.
Yeah, I'm excited to have her on the show. Love her too. So, well, let me ask you really quickly. Do you have any like books or anything like that you'd like to recommend? That maybe could help people to kind of move into this space.
I'm a self-help guru, so anything.
Right there with you.
Guilty. Any self-help book, I think if it resonates with you, that is amazing. And that's what's healing for some people, right? Is reading. And that's where some people find their meditation and they find their stillness and they find their space, is with reading. Right now we're doing a monthly book club and we're reading The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. And what I like about her, and she has quite a few offerings, I believe, as far as books. She's got The Gifts of Imperfection, Daring Greatly, I believe is one, and Braving the Wilderness. But the thing I like about her is she's super cool because she's the kind of woman that you feel like you can make friends with on the street. And so she really gives a nice down-to-earth message in all of her teachings about really connecting with your authentic self. So I love her. I love Gabby Bernstein. She's super amazing. Her story is amazing. Her messages are amazing. And she's more, if you're finding you need more healing, spiritual healing, her books are amazing to turn to for that. So right now, I would say those two ladies are on the top of my list as far as reading resources.
Thank you so much. I do agree. And thanks for sharing that. I'm sure that will help a lot of people out there in our viewing audience. Well, I mean, I know I go a little bit longer when I do an interview because I like to try to keep my show at about 18 minutes, but I know we're at about 30.
Oh my God.
See, it goes fast when you're talking.
I know, but I'm like, I told you, I was like, Cheryl, I don't think I can do more than 5 minutes, but I'm blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and I told you, oh no, we're just chatting. That's all we're doing is talking to people. We're having conversation with everybody out there. And that's what this is about. It's all about community, having conversations. That's why I love that, I can see the comments coming in. I can pop them up on the screen and, say hi to people and bring them into the conversation, which is fantastic.
And connecting people, be vulnerable, connect to the people that are around you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I want to thank Jen for joining us today for an interview. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. I'm going to change my screen up here a little bit. Jen, I made you a little smaller and I kind of took back over the larger part of the screen just to take us out here. And again, I want to put up Jen's information for any of you out there, all the great things that she was talking about that are going on in her studio. And that was just for March. Can you believe that? That was just for March that she was talking about. So there's her website again, it's stillnessstudio.com. So go check that out. Check her out on Facebook. What is your Facebook address?
It's under the Stillness Studio.
They can just click from there. That's fantastic. And again, I am Cheryl Piper, CherylPiper.com. And, just wanted to thank everybody for joining us today. I love doing these interviews. This has been a commitment of mine in 2018 to really get out there and connect with everyone, connect with the world, and bring people together that just have things in common that we need to share with each other. And so I'm just very excited to be able to do that with you and to be able to bring guests on here. Now, I do want to invite you to Monday to join me, everyone, for my kind of commentary that I do alone when I talk about different subjects. And just to give you a little heads up, it's a hot topic, and I'm jumping in. That's all I had to say. and I just think that I want to bring some love and some kindness and some compassion to some things that have been going on lately that are creating a lot of hurt and anger in the world. And so I just made a decision that I'm going to go ahead and take on this topic, and I'm jumping in.
You go, girl.
So that's going to happen on Monday at 1:00. And then next Wednesday, I have another guest coming on, a friend of mine from Winchester, Virginia. Her name is Jennifer Sacco, and she has a website called remarkablewomen.com, and she interviews women all over the country that do remarkable things, and she has some great things to talk about with, well, I'm just going to let her talk about that when she comes on next Wednesday. So thanks again, Jen. I appreciate you being here and sharing with us.
Thank you.
And I'm just going to take it out and say goodbye to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us out there. And thanks for your comments. I'm going to put you up there, Lisa. Thank you so much for being there. If you're catching us on the rebroadcast, please add your comments, because I check all the comments and comment back to you. I mean, I want you to know that this is part of your show too.
Cheryl,
So,
I'd be able to see the comments then?
You'll be able to see them on the Facebook feed.
Okay.
Yes.
I would love if anybody has any suggestions on any offerings for me to have here at the studio. I would love to hear them.
Great idea. And then you'll be able to comment back yourself, Jennifer. That's great.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a great week. The rest of the week and weekend. We will see you Monday, 1:00 Eastern Time. Bye.
Bye.